Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. And I'm back with another game for quite a while. It's been a game in my repertoire. I've been thinking about making some videos on it, and I'm going to do this here in a very odd way. Now, this game is still in development, and honestly, this is a small independent developer as far as I understand. And if you're looking at this, this is just a stage in this entire development program. I played it as a beta, and from the beta I decided to download the full game. I played the full game. I've gone up to higher and higher levels, and right now I'm at one of the highest levels within the game. So yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna go have a look outside, just showing you what there is. So there are several things to this game, and I'll explain them as much as I can right now. So this is just one of two launch pads that you can have. This one here on the side is actually called a trade launch pad. It has what you call a mini rocket, and on the other side is the full size launch pad. This is for actually your benefit in the game, and I will show you what it actually launches. If you're looking carefully, this is drone visualization rocket, map information, GPS, and it goes 1 to 4, so you don't have to worry about that there. Insect spreader, seed spreader, plant rocket spreader, magnetic field projector, you needed this here in the early part of the game, and attraction rocket. Now, the reason why you needed those attractions and so forth was so that you could gain materials, so that you could actually build on the planet. Now, as you can see, this is a massive thing. But when you start off on this planet, there's nothing. There is no running water. And here is something for logistics. It's called a drone. Now, I'm still incomplete. I'm not yet at the highest level. And right now, as you can see, I have 121 drones, of which this is what's active. And they're moving around these supplies for me. So everything is moving about up and down wherever these drones may be required. So yeah, let me just show you a little bit more. These are facilities for spreading more life on the planet, and these are also the latest ones where we have amphibious life. So you can see here's the frogs. They're quite large, and this is how the life is spreading on this planet here for the sake of the game. Now I'm actually going to start a brand new profile of this game in a new start for this year, and hopefully that will give me a lot better progression. Now this is moving at a very, very slow rate, and I'm obviously going to try and accelerate it a little bit in a way, but let me just show you how it's exactly working. You see this weight class, this here is actually showing how much is actually growing in terms of weight. You can see that there, this is in tons. It's 10 kilos per edition. This is all in metric, just by the way, in case you're using Imperial. So you can see 127.686970. It's moving up at a slow rate. Now I obviously could accelerate this more with more frogs being added to the world, or I could simply just go and push along on the progression bar and see what I can. Oh, wrong menu. Sorry about that there. There's several screens that I have to have open in order to be able to tell what I'm doing. So yeah, here's all the progression bars, and you can see there's some things which are locked. You can see this is under animal weight. It's under 165 kilotons. I am reaching this rate at a good enough rate for me to be happy, but it's not going to be instant. Okay, so those are increased speeds. Now I'll show you what it is that I need to get in order to improve it, and then after this here I'll start a fresh game just for the sake of showing it from get-go. Oh, I have to wait for the rocket to return. Okay, well anyway, looks like I won't get to show you everything. So basically what happens in here is you trade off resources from your planet, and as time passes you end up with better and better resources for a better planet. So that's the whole way in which this here operates. There's way too many things for me to explain in a single go just for this entire process. There's mining and resource harvesting. There's natural resources that occur on the ground, as I said, and there's these drones. There's things which I've dumped into the river right here in front of me. There's food, there's trees, and here are some naturally occurring resources. I can just click them and it will instantly enter into my inventory, but that's not what I'm after at the moment. So I'm just going to pause the game for a minute and you should be back when that rocket is back. A few seconds away from the landing over here, as you can see, is counting down. Oh, there it is. This rocket's coming down. I love how it lands. It looks awesome. Okay, so these are some of the most expensive things I can throw in here, so I'm just going to throw them in while I can. Ah man, I forgot to do that again. Never mind. So I need to load up the amount of trading samples I have so that I can actually purchase some blueprints from the game. Now the reason for that is there's things like the drones, which I need a drone level 2, and I may want a frog level 4 or whatever it may be to improve my overall advancement in the game. As you can see, there's 4 slots empty on my character. That means that there's 4 other devices I can use as well, and I'll show you everything here with retrospective. So yeah, you can see that things are smoothened out a little bit. That's just because the recording software had started in that second. I'm actually going to take you over to one of the key locations. This is one of the intermediate power supplies. As you can see, 331 kilowatts, and as I said, it's an intermediate. It's not a starter and it's not the end. I'm not showing you everything right away. I'm just going to give you a quick outlook, and then we're going to start off a brand new episode and we'll see how it looks then. Okay, so this is my energy generation, 38,800 kilowatts. Now that is a crazy amount, and this is my consumption. You can see this thing is really eating through power. And here comes meteor craters. I want to get inside, I don't want to get in. Okay, so I said I wanted to show you all some things. So yeah, let's just go have a look at one of my facilities. It's called the power plant, and the power plant is actually a double assessment. You can see that there's another structure on top. I'll show you the top structure in a minute. But here we go. This is one of my production plants. This is one of the food items that can be produced, and right here is the food being produced. As you can see, it's the same food that's in my inventory. My cupboard is almost full. I actually just emptied that to trade. And here's the beans, which are being harvested from here. That's honey on that side, and as you saw that there was some type of an event, it's actually on that side towards the mountain. Where is my cursor? Can't show it. Now these are what you call mining drills. These are all extracting different materials for me. Things have changed since they were originally made, so I'm not 100% in the same spec. These are energy units, and as you can see, these are much higher. This is the highest level. This is a fusion device. And now I'll just go upstairs to my prod 2. Now the reason why I call it prod 2 is the power plant is producing things as well. So if you go in here, you'll see that there's things being auto-crafted, and this is a wide-scale factory for the most part. You can see there's things like fabric, there's uranium cores, radium cores, alloy cores. You can see everything is basically being produced out here, anything and everything that I want. Rockets, energy cells, and at the back there's some type of bacteria and explosives. So everything is in production over here. I have an idea of how big this place needs to be, and this is just the start of this facility. There's a second floor. The second floor is incomplete. I have taken expansion into consideration for this floor, and it's going to need another expansion coming out as soon as the last one is filled in. So there's 2 more rows worth of construction. So yeah, that's going to be another little project in the end. And if I go up to the top, this was my original primary drone location. So yeah, this is where I first installed my drones, and this is where I looked at all of my operations. From this here you can see the numbers are increasing on the activity. They supplying, they demanding. That's how everything is moving at this current rate. It's ridiculous to imagine how much is actually going on in a single second here. But yeah, this is just the beauty of playing this game. And outside here are all of the terraforming items that I used at the later stages in the game, which were required to actually build up a lot of the end game components. Those are high pressure producers. These are atmosphere changing devices. So yeah, all of these things had to be built and placed so that I could get my perfect results. Now I'm just going to show you what I mean by this place is a dual purpose. You can see here's the power plant that I just left at. Now you can see that there's other places listed here for me on my teleporter, but I'll just go to main. This is the building where we started, and I'm going to pause it again. And when we come back, I am hopefully going to remember to open out that menu for the ship that's going to land. Oh, here's the rocket. The meteorite that crashed. I want to see what it dropped. Each meteorite drops another material, so you generally go through and you look at whatever it is inside to try and get a hold of it. Like what I've been using, that high level quartz. Yeah, here's it. It's really valuable, and it will just be freely available on the ground because it fell. But you don't want to be out here in this storm. It will actually crush you if it falls on top of you. So yeah, there we go. I will be back in a second, so see you then. Open the screen and I will show you that list of items that need to be purchased. Now these items are very important because if I do not purchase them, I'm going to end up in the negative really quickly because they need it for further development of my planet. So let me show you what they are. So here we go. Extended living compartments, I don't need it. Drone T2, that's faster production. If you're looking at the price here, you can see that I don't have even near enough tokens to do this trade. So yeah, let's look from the start. These are simple seeds. They'll improve what I can make in terms of food. This is frog eggs. What is this here? It's a 500 multiplier. Means that I'll be able to advance a little bit faster. Looking at the other items, they're not as important. Smart fabric, fish, butterfly, locker storage T2. This would be very important for me if I'm correct. Extended living compartments. This here might be important later down the line. Drone T2, all of these things. And as you can see, these are all the items I can trade. Now I can make multiple trade platforms, but I don't have any intention of going that heavy on the trade right now, so I'm just going to deposit whatever I can. These are the values of each item. So this is worth 10 per, this is worth 3 per, 3, 2, 2, 2, this is worth 5 per, this is worth 2 per, 2 per, and that is worth 10. So these are the most valuable to send, and they are the most costly to produce. So they're not going to be something that I'm going to be sending in a hurry. And I sent that in a hurry. Okay, so now let me just show you the view of the entire planet quickly from this little point of view. And I'm going to be back here with a brand new start. Now, there is a reason why I'm doing a brand new start, because this is quite far into the game. This is a few months worth of play. Now, if you look around, there's a crash site out there. You're going to need to know it for when I return. You're going to see that this is a massive lake. We're actually going to return in the lake area. And looking around, you can see there's all this green. You can see that those 3 big mountains in the distance. And you can see there's a big crash ship on that side. There is a crash ship right here behind my base, but you can't see it from here. You can see a big mountain. And that is that for this place here. Now I'm going to save. And I am going to exit to main menu. Here starts the new game. Standard, survival 3. You can see this planet here is totally blue and green. This one here is totally a desert. So here we go. This is going to be the new series on my channel. It's not going to be the fastest of uploads. Maybe once a week you're going to get one of these. So here we go. And this is how you start it off. Welcome to Assigned Planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation procedure of this world. Generate O2 heat pressure to do so. Reach 15,000 and create a blue atmosphere. Okay, so we open out this crate. We see there's food, there's water, and there's a plant seed. Anything else in here for us? Negative. We need to get materials and we need to start moving forward with them. So I will walk out. And just in case you wanted to know where we were, that's where I was standing earlier. This is where that lake is. And as you can see, everything on this planet is totally dark. You can see my oxygen is going down at a rapid rate. I need iron, magnesium. Oh, there's something else. Fantastic. I don't have any of the others, so I've got one. I need the torch. I need the construction. Then I can really start moving, and then you'll see what's going on outside. So just for by the way, this planet is totally desolate right now. It's uninhabitable basically by our standards. So you have to take it out from this condition all the way to usable, and it will take several hours to be able to move around more freely. And as you start to raise up that terraformation index, things start to get a little bit better. I don't have silicone. I need silicone. That was also a very important item. I forgot about that. Now I need the construction more than anything else. So what was it that was needed? 2 silicone, 1 more magnesium. So now there are massive fields on this planet where you can get everything that you want. I know where they are, but the problem is getting there. Silicone, iron, titanium, silicone, iron. And when things like this happen, you don't want to be outside. And finally I can start building. Now I just need to make sure that I have the right items. Oh yeah, I don't have my rocket pack. So I have to run up with this. This is exactly where my base is. I'm gonna go right for the same spot, and I'm gonna start with the same procedure. I need one more iron. Need it quick. And there's my first living compartment. Started it off. Now this is just the start of it. So as you can see, this is just the limited production that I have. I'm gonna have to build crafting station T2, upgrade it, get everything moving up here, and this is gonna be a slow process. It'll take me several hours to actually get it all done. Right now I do have water on me. Yes, I do. I just have to remember what I'm going out there for. Iron and silicone. Magnesium. Doesn't seem very important just yet, but soon it will be. Silicone is one of the more rare items. You'll see it becoming more hard to get quicker and quicker as I get into the harder materials to produce. Oh, here we go. I have yet to start terraformation. Why did I do that? And there we go. Now I'm starting with exoskeleton upgrades. Right now it is at random what I'm pulling in, but it will change slowly. Oh, warning, low power. Okay, so this here will go out here. I need iron right now. Iron is really abundant. It's just that right now I have jumped up to the more titanium rich area, which was a big mistake for the first jump. Oh yeah. You'll see what I mean in a minute when I start expanding this here. I'm going to actually fully build out the bottom compartment. These items won't appear later on in the game because once you've passed a certain point you don't need them anymore. So yeah, it's a rare item for the starting. You'll see that there's going to be some deconstruction that I'm going to do, and reconstruction, there's a reason behind it. My building in the first place wasn't made right, so I have to go through and fix things up. Okay, so let's see, can I put this outside? Yes, I can. Okay, so here we go. Fresh start on building this thing up. That's more like it. Yeah, it's fantastic. I didn't like how it was sitting originally because it wasn't centered. Now I just need to build another compartment. I need iron and titanium. I actually need a lot of iron and titanium. I'm gonna have to go down and harvest resources in a bit. I'll harvest a ton and then I'll come back up here. Oh, I have the wrong items. these things can be moved at a later date. For now, I can just set them up and have things ready for the next stage of construction. So yeah, this is just another one of these slow builder games. Basically, it is generally my most played type of game. I do really love builder games, but they do get annoying quite quickly, and I do understand why some people hate them. Yeah, I need to put this back up. 1 iron, 1 silicone. Okay, so that's gonna be about it for this episode. I'm gonna be calling it on this episode in a few seconds, and after that, when you catch up with me, I will be not restarting, I'll actually be continuing on and finishing up the primary build, because I already know that I'm a bit short for my items. I don't have things which are very important in as yet, and I need to fill up that first step counter over there on the side. Okay, right, so I'm back in. This needs to be back. Alright, fantastic. And I have every single one of those basic starter blocks. Okay, so that was it for this episode. Catch you all in the next one. Have a good day.